Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to News at 4. I'm meteorologist Julia Kwedi. So we're seeing that our weather pattern remains to be the same as we continue throughout our work week at this point. Still looking at our temperatures being to the low 90s, and pretty much dry air is still persisting for now in the forecast. Just gradually seeing our days getting a little bit more muggy and a little bit more humid day by day throughout this week. But we are still tracking, of course, those rain chances that we expect to come in on our Friday and throughout the weekend. I'll have more details about that in just a few more minutes. Right now, though, taking a look at our CCAC Skycam over Snoopy's Pier, we can see that the picture has pretty much been the same daily, looking at these mostly clear skies, maybe just a couple few clouds off into our coastal waters. But again, for the most part, things very much on the dry side and tiny bit muggy, but just not overbearing or oppressive by any means. Taking a look at our current temperatures all across the area here in Corpus Christi, sitting at 89 degrees, 92 in Ingleside, 89 on over in Rockport, 86 in Port Aransas, and 90 degrees right now over in the Bluff and NAS Corpus Christi. And like I noted, dry air is still somewhat persisting in the area, so for that reason, we still are seeing our feel like temperatures not diverting too far away from where our air temperatures are currently standing. And we can also see that reflected in our dew point values. Of course, usually we see them into the 70s, noting that we're in that oppressive range. But for now, we still see them to be hanging on strong into the 60s, albeit maybe now the upper 60s, but still in that muggy range and not, again, as oppressive as it could be, especially during the heightened summertime. And thankfully, of course, we are now in fall. But in terms of our winds, they still remain to come in from the northeast, just ushering in, again, that same drier air coming into the area, making things still feel pretty much bearable. And that's why we're seeing that slow, gradual shift to more humidity coming into the area and not that full-blown blast of moisture coming in, of course, from the Gulf at this point, not quite yet. But our winds remain to be pretty blustery, a bit gusty at times, even going close up to 20 miles per hour here in Corpus Christi. But as per usual for our coastal neighborhoods, bearing the brunt of those heavier wind speeds as we go through our afternoon. Now, taking a quick look at Doppler radar, that moisture is churning, especially in our Gulf and coastal waters, but these showers are just not making their way inland at this point. Of course, you can see some heavier downpours happening, but again, that's just off into our coastal waters, not making its way into or onto land, rather, here in the coastal bend at this point. But that, again, that moisture and humidity is expected to increase as we go throughout the rest of this week, and certainly as we approach this upcoming Friday and this weekend too, seeing we'll get closer to that very humid or oppressive range before we dip right back down heading into early part of next week. And that's going to be related to our next cold front that we're tracking to come into the coastal bend that could give us just a tiny bit of relief of cooler, more fall-like temperatures that we can enjoy in the forecast. Now, another piece of our rainmaker that's going to help us out with our rain chances, of course, we've been talking about it for the past few days already this week. It still remains to be this tropical disturbance right now that's still bringing its way in the Caribbean and making its way now into the Gulf. We expect, again, the system only has a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days. So at best, we're looking at this area of low pressure somewhat, just giving us rain chances and tropical moisture coming to the forecast. That's going to help us out significantly with our rain chances on Friday and coming through into our Saturday. So now taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we can see that for now things will remain to be dry heading into your Thursday. Tomorrow, temperatures still hanging on strong to the low 90s. Then as that tropical moisture starts to push on through, we'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Friday and Saturday.